I say, and I say what I mean.
Hi you guys, welcome back to my channel. We are back in my bathroom because I'm low-key getting ready, but I did want to film this video before I got ready for my day, just for you guys. So anyways, in today's video, you want to know something? Someone in the comments of my last video that was in the bathroom, so the one about beauty influencers stealing, they were talking about they were like, how do you run out of breath while talking? I think it's something about me talking and standing up. I rarely talk and stand up is what I've noticed. Like, I don't talk to people standing up. Like, usually when I have a conversation with someone, 9 times out of 10, I'm sitting down. So I feel like it takes a different type of I don't know, something out of me to talk while standing up, because I honestly am running out of breath. Like, I don't know what it is. Maybe it's just the fact that I'm out of shape. Maybe if you... See, look, I'm out of breath. Anyways, in today's video, we are going to be talking about Nikita Dragun. Now, if you do not know who Nikita Dragun is, she is a beauty influencer on the YouTube. And that's pretty much all I can say about her. She literally has nothing else going on. Like, I would love to give you a long, drawn-out description of what Nikita Dragun does, what Nikita Dragun is doing, but there's literally nothing to say. Like, I literally have nothing to say. What else does she do? I don't know. And the thing about Nikita is, I don't even necessarily know anyone who watches her channel. Like, to me, when I was big in the beauty influencer scene, like when I actually really cared what was going on in the beauty influencer scene, I had no clue who she was then, and I didn't watch her videos, so I quite honestly can't really tell you who she is, what she does, what's her MO, because I don't know. And this starts a long chain of reactions of beauty influencers who the average person doesn't know who they are doing things. That is what this has started. They always love to be messy. For some reason, people in the beauty industry space, the influencer space, they always feel the need to constantly remain relevant in some way. And I'm just like, why? Why? You've made enough money. I don't think Nikita, first of all, Nikita is not even 20 yet. If Nikita's 20, she's barely 20. Like, Nikita she's fine. So I don't understand this constant want from beauty influencers to remain relevant at all costs, because it leads to stuff like this. Like, I would never come for Nikita despite this, and Nikita has done a lot of things. Nikita seems to always be on the wrong side of an issue. So the James Charles thing, she's on the wrong side. Like, she's always on the wrong side of foolishness. Now, the best thing that Nikita has ever done okay, let me give you some backstory. Nikita Dragun used to be really good friends with Manny MUA, Gabriel Zamora, Laura Lee, and Jeffree Star. That was the first original Mean Girls clique, in my opinion. That was the first original, Mean Girls clique of YouTube. They were just overtly mean for no reason. That was the first of that clique. I just realized while filming this, I am not using a mic, so God bless the audio quality on this, anyways, it's early and I don't have time. So, those were the first Mean Girl cliques. Now, this is back to me saying the best thing Nikita has ever done. So, Nikita was the first person to stop being friends with Jeffree Star. She just disassociated herself with Jeffree Star and, moved on. Now, I can bet my bottom dollar it had nothing to do with Jeffree Star and his antics. I'm sure something personal just happened between them, and that is what it is. Also, it's very important on YouTube to have transgender representation. And all things considered, Nikita is a good transgender representative. My trans girls and boys are going to have to tell me if they believe Nikita is a good representative, because I'm kind of in the middle about that, actually. Sometimes I think, but she's young and she doesn't have to be. you don't have to be a good trans representative if you are trans. Like, no one wants to label you as that. And she's young, she's growing, and I don't know enough about her transitioning process to know if she's a good representative or not. But yeah, so the first thing she did was disassociate herself with Jeffree Star, and that always gave her points in my book because she left the Jeffree Star train way before the rest of them did. So yeah, that was that. But since then, I honestly feel like she has tried to make a point of staying relevant for no reason. Like, even when she was with Jeffree Star, Manny, and Gabriel, I would guess she was the least known of all of them. But if you're hanging out with Gabriel Zamora, you're not going to be the least known. Gabriel will always take that title. So, basically, this was the clique. Jeffree Star was just Jeffree Star, and Manny and Laura were together, and then Gabriel and Nikita were together. Now, to this day, Gabriel and Nikita are still friends. But so after Nikita kind of disassociated herself with Jeffree Star and kind of that whole clique in some ways, she's still friends with Gabriel. That's when, to me, she became the messiest. She became the, like, I live for attention. Like, that is when she really got into that bag. And it from then on, Nikita has always left a really bad taste in my mouth, because I'm like, you don't have to do this thing. One of the cringiest videos I've ever seen was when she did a mukbang. That's another thing. Nikita makes really bad content. That's another thing I want to point out. I don't like Nikita's content. I think she could be doing way more. I will go on a limb and say I actually think Nikita is talented. And I think she could be doing way more than what she does with her YouTube channel. That goes back to the fact that, to me, Nikita just does not have anything to do. She's boring. Like, she is honestly boring. That is all I can say. Her content is basically like, I don't know, I feel like her content, you can get her exact content but better from other channels. Like, that is what I feel about Nikita's content. But the cringiest video I ever seen was when she did a mukbang with James Charles, and they were talking about the men they were attracted to. There were so many, like, power dynamics, social dynamics, sexual dynamics that were just wrong about that entire video, and I hated it. I, like, honestly hated it. The woke in me could not get down. I'm just like, this is not it. This is not it. So once again, like I said, Nikita always just wasn't it to me. And then we can take it over to Twitter. Nikita has always, and Instagram, Nikita has always been low-key, like, problematic. Like, and she's problematic in the sense that she does it on purpose. Like, people will say something to her like, I don't think you should be doing this, and she'll still do it, or she'll act like she's never even heard the complaints. I think Nikita is someone who knows she has a fan base somewhere. That's what's odd. I don't even know who's a fan of Nikita. Like, if you want to, like, support trans girls, there's so many other trans girls on YouTube worth supporting than Nikita. Like, I don't know what Nikita is giving anybody. Like, everything about her seems socially dense, and that's why I just can't really get behind it. Like, you having the platform that you have to highlight what you have been through, and I don't want to force her out of, like, the shadows. If she doesn't want to tell her story, if she doesn't want to be that trans girl, she doesn't have to be. But I also don't want her to be out here doing foolishness for the sake of doing foolishness. That's really what I don't want. So overall, that's why, like, Nikita has just honestly rubbed me the wrong way, because I'm just like, we could be doing more. So that Nikita has always been problematic. That's just a long storyline of Nikita's problems. But I haven't even discussed why we are here today. So Nikita Dragun shows up to the VMAs. Now let me tell you a little something about Nikita. Nikita thinks she's a visionary. Nikita thinks she's the visionary that she's not. Constantly, like, when Coachella comes around, or when any award or something that she has to get dressed up for, She's acting like she's giving you a look. For example, when James Charles went to the Met Gala, James Charles, wore the bandana, hot mess. We can go back. It was a hot mess. But for some reason, Nikita tweeted, if I went to the Met Gala, I would do this and I would do that. And I'm just like, Nikita, all of your looks are regurgitated looks that someone way more successful has done. Like, Nikita's looks are always copies of something someone else has done. Anytime her Coachella looks that look good, anytime I see a look on Nikita, I'm like, that's a good look. I've seen it on someone else first, but she swears she's this visionary, she's this fashion icon. I'm just like, you're not that, sis, and that's okay. But don't sit here and present yourself like you are that. So when the VMA comes along, first of all, if you listen to my podcast, which is the As Told by Kenya podcast, go listen. I am working on putting it on all platforms. Right now it is on SoundCloud, but by the end of next week, it will be on all platforms. Episode 2 should be up by the time I put this up. I don't know, but if it is, go over and listen to episode 2. Anyways, what did I say? Oh, the VMAs has no star power. When you gotta bring influencers down the red carpet, that should tell you we have an issue. So they get Nikita to come, and I get it. These influencers never thought they would be in the space where they could go down the red carpet and people would take pictures of them. So go hard. I 100% agree. You should go hard. Someone felt the need to call me. It's my sister. It's my sister. You're going to get ignored for just a second, sister. So I understand the need to want to go as hard as possible and be that girl, but there's a way. There is a way to do that. So we are going to now insert pics of Nikita Dragun going down the red carpet. Nikita Dragun, what are you doing? What is the statement you are making? What is the point you are doing? Why are you doing this? What are you trying to say? What am I, as a consumer of media, supposed to take from this? What is the point? Why do you have grown men in leashes? Why do you have grown men in leashes? What are you trying to say? Now, this goes back to number 1, Nikita Dragun being unoriginal. This has been done several times. So let's say this was groundbreaking. Let's say that this was the look. This was the look of the night. It's been done before. What people, celebrities and regular people alike, have put human beings on leashes and walked down red carpets. I believe Snoop Dogg has done it. I believe Gwen Stefani has done it. Khloe Kardashian did it. I think Little Kim may have done it. There are several celebrities in the early 2000s who did this shtick to put people on leashes and go down the red carpet. But you want to know the difference between now and the early 2000s? We were dumb in the early 2000s. We let people get away with a lot of things because we just weren't socially at the place we needed to be in the early 2000s, to where we thought it was okay to put human beings on leashes, use human beings as props. Gwen Stefani had a whole phase where she used Asian women as props for her era. Her musical era, she used Asian women as props. And guess what? She has now, in the recent years, received the backlash for that. She now herself understands why that is not okay. Why you cannot use human beings for some aesthetic and some prop. Now, let's be very clear. of the power dynamics that is at play. Because some Nikita Dragun defender will say, well, they're grown. If they want to be in leashes, they can be. Now, I can't tell you that these men don't want to be in leashes, but what I can say is I don't necessarily believe they have the power to say no to being in leashes. They are getting paid to be in leashes. You want to know what would make this mildly okay to me? If she would have had James Charles, Jeffree Star, and Gabriel Zamora in leashes. Not because I dislike those people, because the power dynamic is no longer there. People who have just as much or more money than her would be in leashes being carried by her. So the power dynamic is eliminated. That means to me more so those three people I mentioned made a choice. They want to be on these leashes because they have the resources to say no to being in leashes. But these three men going down the red carpet with Nikita were hired to do this because they need a coin. And I am sorry, you should not be able to hire regular, degular, schmegular people to be in leashes. And I know you can do that, but guess what? You as a person have to decide, I don't want to be a part of something to where for people to pay their bills, for them to be the aspiring model, actress, whatever they want to be those things, they have to be put on leashes. I am sorry, that is not the message I would want to send with my brand. That is what I want from Nikita to say. I don't want to do that. That is not the way I want to get down. That is what I wanted from Nikita. But we didn't get that. Instead, we got her taking grown people now. Now. There are two white men. They look white. They could be Hispanic. Who knows what they are? But all I know is there is a black man on that leash. I don't know why she felt the need to put a black man on the leash. Sis, you don't have to equal opportunity oppression. You could have left the black man out. I know you probably was thinking, I don't just want to include white men. I want to include black men too. Let's have some representation. Sis, we don't want to be represented in leashes. So the audacity, the tone deafness of Nikita to think I am going to use a black man and put him in a leash. It's no different than when Khloe Kardashian put the Malika slaves in a leash. What makes you think that is okay? What makes you think, you know what? Black people were enslaved in cages, in leashes, and harnesses, branded for hundreds of years in America. Slavery is alive still in the world and in America. Slavery is real. So you want to know what I'm going to do? I'm going to take a black man and I'm going to put him in a leash. That is what I am going to do. For what? For what? What is the message? All it looks like to me is you're racist. You're trying to reenact slave times with gay people. What is this? What are you trying to do except be offensive for offensive's sake? And that goes back to me saying, Nikita, get a job. When you have to do stunts like this in order for people to care about you because you can't just walk down the red carpet as normal because no one would care, get a job, because what you are doing, you don't have the vision for. You don't have the pedigree for. You don't have the talent for. Because there is a way. There is a way to make a statement on the red carpet that doesn't involve this. Whatever this symbolizes to you, Nikita, is not it. Because I know what it symbolizes to me, and it's not okay. At no point in time should you be showing off that you have human beings who are getting paid to be in leashes. I don't care. I don't care what you pay these people. It's not enough. The power dynamic is not dismantled enough between the burgoyes and the working class people for me to ever be okay with a rich person walking around with people in harnesses. I don't care how much you can say they agreed to it, they wanted to do it. We have not dismantled the power structure that puts rich people on top, that makes it okay for people who you hire to be in leashes. I am sorry, and if you want to do that behind closed doors, that's one thing. But the fact that you put this on display, that doesn't sit well for me. Nikita Dragun, you are a stunt queen who lacks the stunts. At least stunts take creativity. You don't even have the stunts. Come up with something else. Do something else, please, because we're tired of it. At least I am. Anyways, I will see you guys in my next one. I love you so much. Thank you so much for watching. Go check out my podcast. There will be a link in the description bar. See you guys in my next one. Bye-bye.